Welcome back to another episode. Thanks be with Sabi. It's been a week since Jungkook banned me from doing any work, and I feel like my brain has already from the lack of activity. All I ever did was eat, read, sleep, and repeat. I even finished reading the book that we purchased from it the last couple of weeks, and I can't find anything else to do. My wrist doesn't even hurt that bad anymore. By next week, I can remove my wrist guard and go on with my life. I got bored staying in my room, so I decided to go to the garden and replant some seedlings. I grabbed my towel and got a tray of in the snow and foundation beds. I heard a set of footsteps running towards me. Yay, 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 yay. Bossman, what are you doing? Jimin asked me angrily as he tries to take away the tray from my hand. I held the tray tighter. Why? What did I do, Jimin? You are hurt. He pointed at my hand. It's fine. It doesn't hurt that much anymore. I said, Jimin, no. He objected passionately, which is unusual for Jimin to do. Jimin, I will do that for you, bossman. Okay, he is acting a little suspicious. In fact, everybody in this house is acting very suspicious. Everyone is enthusiastically helping me like I'm a couple. I gone when I realized the reason for this behavior. No, Boss Jungkook has nothing to do with this, he denied, but it's obvious from his reaction that I'm right. If you let me do this, I will never mention anything to Jungkook. I don't know what you're talking about. I let out an exasperated sigh when he continued to deny Jungkook's involvement in all this. Okay, then no one will care if I would replant this beautiful flower on the ground. I started digging as well as Jimin watched me hesitantly. It's obvious that Jungkook asked all. He offered to help, but I refused and asked him to continue with his task at hand. He was reluctant about leaving at first, but he left me after I insisted on doing the activity alone. I finished landscaping the front of the house before 5, and so I had time to tidy myself up before Jungkook gets here. When I heard his car pulling on the garage, I sat on the chair near a door to welcome him. As soon as he turned the lights on, I spoke, which have you seen the lovely flowers by the house? What? He sounded utterly perplexed. I planted them. I proudly informed him, all of my own. Why are you being weird? I stood up and approached him. No, I'm not. You are the one weird. Why are you forbidding the staff to help me? What? Who told you that? He tried to deny it, but it's obvious from his face that he was guilty. He is probably trying to figure out who snitched on him. So you admit on making me as the social para here? What? I returned the question back to him. Jungkook raised his hand in confusion. I don't know what you are talking about. Is that their escape when somebody is on them? Do you think that just because I injured my hand means that I can't walk anymore? I asked. No, you sound doubtful, but I will take it. I guess that means that I'm going back to work tomorrow. I'm back in business, I declared confidently before stepping past him with an unexplained sense of pride. I slept soundly that night, expecting me to return to the normal by tomorrow, but then I woke up with an inflamed thought. I immediately went to the kitchen to drink some water and I felt a slight pain with every gulp. No, this can't be happening. I pressed my palm against my forehead and my suspicions was confirmed. I was having the symptoms of a cold. I think I got it from being exposed in the rain for too long. I look at the time. It's still 4 in the morning and I woke up too soon from the slight body discomfort. I went back to bed hoping that I would feel better once I got back to sleep, but I didn't. I started feeling chills while my body temperature started to rise up. My alarm blurted loudly, jolting me awake. I felt even worse than I had earlier with a heavy sigh. I scratched for my para- for a paracetamol and took one down before taking a quick shower. Today is the day I couldn't afford to miss. I made the commitment to go to work with the looming review. There is no room for excuses. This is nothing but just a minor inconvenience. As I complete my morning routine and made my way to the kitchen, I took my seat across Jungkook, who immediately noticed my appearance. You don't look too well, he commented. I didn't have much energy nor the truth to rebut him, so I just glared at him and he dropped the subject. We ate the breakfast in silence while I endured the pain from the swelling, the food that I can't even taste. I didn't have much appetite, so I finished my meal earlier and continuously sipping on my water to replace my food. I know that Jungkook senses that something is wrong with me, but Innocence washed over me, and the room feels like it's spinning around with each passing moment. My condition, cold sweat started to form on my forehead. Are you sure you are alright? Jungkook asked me again, but I felt a pressure building up my stomach. I dashed back to my room in a desperate spirit, and as I feel an unpleasant metallic taste burn down my throat. The next thing I knew, I was reaching in my own bathroom, and it was the only thing that can hear the familiar hand reach out to massage my trembling back gently in an attempt to soothe my body as it rid itself of everything I had earlier eaten. I hated the bitter and acid feeling that my body was experiencing, but I had no choice but to endure it until I was left weak and vulnerable. After rising my mouth with water, Jungkook continued to support me, reassuring presence, a silent acknowledgement of my condition. He simply continued to provide assistance until I found myself lying weakly on the bed. He rolled up his sleeves and began pulling away my jacket, his fingers brushing slightly over my skin as he slipped it away from my shoulder. After that, his hands moved with the almost rhythm to loosen my tie before taking it off from my neck slowly. When he started to unbutton my shirt, I couldn't help but react. I reached out and weakly grabbed my hand to stop him. Our eyes locked momentarily, and we understood each other without saying a word. He withdrew his hands and left the room. A moment later, he came back with a pitcher of water. The sight of the cool liquid was itching. He poured a glass and held it on my lips. The refreshing water offered an instant relief to my burning throat. As I continued to drink, his free hand tenderly he wiped the glistening sweat from my forehead. I responded with a frugal yes and cocooned myself in the warmth of the blanket, even though my body heat from the fever. Why are you still here? You will be late for work. I managed to utter the gritted teeth, my eyes welling up with fever, inducing tears. I heard him sigh before his footsteps left the room. However, I heard him come back. I just called off today. Work, he said, and before you get upset, remember that we already had this conversation just last week. I remember he accused me of fine. I surrendered and forced myself back to sleep. Then I heard my mother's sweet voice call me, pulling me back from the depth of slumber. I slowly opened my eyes only to see her gentle face filled with concern. Here, take a sip of this, she offered, presenting a spoonful of steaming soup. It's my specialty. With that determined effort, I will not save to consume the warm broth. She continued to feed me spoonful after spoonful. Very good, now drink your medicine and then rest, she said before handing me a small cup of liquid medication and a glass of water. I complied, drawing both with resignation as I settled back into the bed. I love you, she assured me, her voice a soothing lullaby, and she kissed my forehead before tucking me in. I love you too, I whispered, and I felt my whole body getting heavier, like 1,000 blankets were draped over me. I can't breathe. Panic gripped me, and I reached out for my. Then darkness enveloped me, and I found myself within the walls of the old cabin. The mournful strains of the piano filled with the air, and the so carry a coffin to its final resting place. Only the front pew were occupied, and someone stood at the lectern delivering but I could hear nothing except the pounding of my own heart. The weight upon my chest grew heavier, and I gasped for air, my vision narrowing. In that moment of suffocating darkness, a young Jungkook sat beside me, taking my hand and offering solace while whispering words of assurance to me that everything would be all right. But after the service concluded, the morrow began to disappear. Everyone's leaving. I found myself alone, trapped in the dark, gasping for air. It was as though the void itself wanted to smooth me with nothingness, and I would cage to exist. Somebody please help me. I woke up and I was glad that I escaped that fever dream. My entire body was drenched within, and my face wet with tears. As I turned to my right, there was Jungkook sleeping on a chair beside my bed with a book resting in his hand. He might have fallen asleep reading it. It was evident that he had taken matter into his hands while I was out. Humidifier now sat on my bedside table, and an array of supplies, bottle of Gatorade, vitamins, and boxes of tissues were neatly arranged within arm reach. He had even thoughtfully repositioned the trash bin closer to the bed. I wiped my sweat from wet tissues and reached for. Restlessly, I tossed and turned with my body aflame with the fever that seemed to reach the highest possible temperature. The pain was unbearable, and I wanted to erase myself from existence, away from the pain. Then, as if my prayer would have been answered, I felt a gentle hand press my back of mine. My body blurry eyes fluttered open to find Jungkook reach on the edge of the bed. I don't know why, but I couldn't help myself from weeping uncontrollably. Hey, why are you here? I managed to blurt out between my sobs. I resented his presence, but more than that, I hated myself for allowing him to witness my vulnerability displayed before his eyes, even though Jungkook whispered words I couldn't quite catch and began to stroke my hair with his fingertips. I looked away to conceal my tears, and he continued to soothing gestures. I feel myself calming down, lulling me back into the comforting embrace of sleep, and then it dawned on me, maybe, just maybe, having someone in my life wasn't such a terrible thing after all. Time escaped thanks be 3 days after I had the fever. I am now back in office for real this time, and first thing I did was check my emails and sift through the important stuff. I don't know why, but it suits me to open every email that was sent to me, including the company-wide emails and reminders. To be honest, I missed my work days or working in general because it is the only thing that makes sense in my life. The quarters review is scheduled on Friday, and we only have 2 days to prepare for the presentation. I know that the board expected a lot from Jungkook since the last other executive would love to see him fail, and I don't want to give them that satisfaction. That is why I am adamant is going to work today to smoothen out every possible question that they would throw at us. Everyone is in our floor already left the building except for Jungkook and I, who are currently in his office going over the reports that was submitted to us. Jungkook, do you have the circle count for the last quarter? Jungkook inquired. I ran through the stack of paper in my table until I found what he needed. Just as I handed the file to him, my phone came, and we both instinctively glanced at my phone. I tapped at the screen to read the message, and it quickly replied to the text before I put it down. However, it was soon followed by a loud ding. Just as I let it go, sorry for that, I muttered to Jungkook, acknowledged the abrupt disturbance as my eyes skimmed the message, and I hesitated whether to share the joke with him, but he probably wouldn't understand it. Oh, it's nothing, just a silly text from Damien. There were mention of Damien's name seems to capture his attention because Jungkook set aside the paper he just reading and focused his attention on me. JK, Danny, he asked. Yeah. We have been exchanging messages lately. JK, lately the one-word interrogation were becoming rather characteristic. Yeah. JK, he what? He asked, his voice filled with disbelief. Sorry, what was the question, JK? When was the thing that you were talking about? The biscuits last Thursday? JK, while I was at the office, yes. JK, and you never bothered to inform me. Jungkook's right. I never bothered to share them. I'm sorry, the biscuits were incredibly delicious. I ate them all. I confess, JK, if you want, I will purchase a whole box for you. JK, you allowed a complete stranger into our property without notifying me. I told you he is not a stranger, corrected him. JK, beside, what the difference between him and the delivery riders? JK, we never had food delivery at home, and all deliveries are handled by the security at the gate. Fair point. My bad. JK, just don't do that again. Not without my permission. I left his disappointment in his voice. They understood. I replied. JK, put the phone down. Jungkook called with intensity. I immediately complied, setting the device back on the table. JK, now put it on silence and let's focus on the work. If you wanted us to finish our task early, okay? I considered quickly flipping the switch to silent without glancing at the new message. The atmosphere completely changed and I feel like offended Jungkook. Somehow his icy demeanor is very familiar and I can recognize the tell. As we stepped into the elevator, I couldn't help but break the silence. Have I done something wrong? I asked. Okay, well, did you? Jungkook challenged, throwing the question right back at me. I squinted my eyes. I'm not sure. You seem upset with me for some reason. JK, I'm not upset. Jungkook replied, his demeanor, however, offered a different answer as he slammed the car door forcefully. Not upset, sure. Then what is it? He sighed deeply. It's about Danny, right? Why are you suspicious of Baker anyway? JK, are you serious? I don't know the guy and he even shared the same name with the evil kid from the movie The Woman. Well, if you try to get to know him, you will realize that he can be trusted. He is my only friend and I wanted to keep that connection. Jungkook shot me with an incredulous look. JK, only friend? Then must be some stranger I met his guest there. You know very well that you are more than just friends. His initially contoured expression gradually softened and I could say you are like the little brother that I never had. I heard Jungkook curse under his breath and I had to look the other way. I would be touched too if someone told me that I began when I was from the fever. I realized something. I can't see his expression because we reached the dark area of the highway. Then that I need to build more relationship with people. It's hard being alone in this world. JK, you have got me. I heard Jungkook mumble. I know that. I replied. And if Taehyung never showed up, I wouldn't. JK, you also have Jimin. Jungkook added. Yes, but I think I should build more relationship outside the jeon residence. And so I shifted my gaze aside, hoping to shield myself from the potential embarrassment I might feel on what I was about to say. I was thinking of an acceptance Athens offer for a blind date. I never heard a word from Jungkook. What do you think? I probed and glanced at Jungkook. I see him gripping the steering wheel tighter, but I feel a bit embarrassed from the lack of reaction. I looked forward. Jungkook remained silent until we got inside their property. I might got not be noticeable, but I saw a small shadow moving towards. They stopped the car. I yelled. Thankfully, Jungkook reacted swiftly, slamming his foot on the brakes just in time to avert any potential mishap. JK, what's wrong? He inquired. I think I saw something, I replied and got out of the car to confirm my hunch. Jungkook followed suit. There it was in front of the vehicle, is tiny black kitten. What are you doing here, you cute little one? I scooped it up and for creature. Jungkook, however, doesn't share my sentiment. JK, what do you mean cute? That cat looks like it could bring misfortune, he grumbled. It was likely because the kitten I was cradling was entirely wrapped in the black fur, which is considered bad luck in some superstitions. I urged Jungkook to stop saying offensive things to the animal. They don't mind the grumpy person. What are you doing all alone out here? Where is your mother? I spoke to the cat in a manner that one might address a baby. In response, the kitten let out an enduring meow. Adorable, I scanned the surrounding, hoping to spot JK. You don't even know if that is somebody else's pet or if it is her has rabies. Jungkook contoured. The nearest household must be kilometers away from your property, and I see no color on this adorable kitten, and I sincerely believe that a cute little ball of fur like this doesn't have rabies. Please, can I keep it? The kitten seems to join the play with another meow. Jungkook considered for a second. I moved closer and presented the adorable little cat for his appearance. JK, fine. Jungkook relented. JK, just ensure it doesn't create a mess or else kitten goes bye-bye. To continue. So everyone, what do you think about this episode? I hope and I think Taekook is going to accept their relationship soon, but you will get to know about this in future episodes. Hope you will enjoy it. See you again. Bye bye.